Hey there, Hallmark Hot Takers. Welcome back to Hallmark Hot Takes, episode 8 of season 2, where we are reviewing all God knows how many countdown to Christmas movies from the Hallmark channel. And we will be rating them, and Jay's going to explain our rating system for any newbies. We did get an extra subscriber this week.
10 candy canes, 5 candy canes each. On how well we liked or disliked the movie.
Right, so tonight we are reviewing Next Stop Christmas.
All aboard!
Starring Lindsay Fonseca, former, what's the one?
How I Met Your Mother.
She was on How I Met Your Mother, but the soap opera she was on.
Soapy soap.
Anyhow. And Chandler Massey from Days of Our Lives, and Christopher Lloyd, and Leah Thompson. So I'm going to just dive into the...
Star-studded cast.
It was a star-studded cast. And there's also another soap opera alum that I remember from somewhere. Aunt Mert. She was from some... I think she was from Another World. But anyhow, that's beside the point. Back in the day, I watched a lot of soap operas. So, meet No, not Lindsay. That's the actress's name. I do that all the time. I got to stop doing that. Angie, who is a brain surgeon in Manhattan who doesn't want to go home for Christmas because her parents have divorced a couple years earlier and it's just not the same, and she doesn't have any Christmas feels. And she goes out with her friend one night and she runs into Ben, who was her best friend growing up, who has been in New York for several months and hasn't contacted her, and they used to be inseparable. She's like, hey, why didn't you contact me? And he's like,
we're not that close.
Yeah, okay. So she has to leave to catch the train to Yonkers where she lives, and wouldn't you know, on the train, she buys a ticket from Christopher Lloyd, and she falls asleep on the train and wakes up back in 2011. The Christmas in her mind that was like the best Christmas ever. Her parents were still together. She was still really close with her sister, only to find out as she's reliving these moments that it wasn't as perfect as she thought it was, because she's seeing the cracks in her parents' marriage. She wasn't really as close to her sister as she thought. Her sister was struggling with like fertility issues, and she never knew about it because her sister didn't feel close enough to tell her, because everything was always about Angie, and you know. So it kind of shatters her, like, this was my last perfect Christmas, but she's got a boyfriend named Tyler who comes with her, who she thinks she can't, her ticket, it's not a return ticket until she fixes whatever was wrong with this Christmas. So she thinks that, you know, 10 years ago, Tyler proposed to her and she said no. She said, well, maybe if I say yes to Tyler, it will get me my return ticket. So she does that and it doesn't work. And she says, well, maybe it's my sister. So she tries to mend her relationship with her sister, and that doesn't work. And then she says, well, I'm going to fix my parents. And she recreates the night that they met, and they, you know, kind of fall back in love with each other, and that doesn't work. And then we get back to Ben, her old staple, and we find out that Ben is in love with her, and she realizes that she is in love with him too. But when she realizes that, her ticket, and it was everything, the whole Christmas, she had to fix the whole thing. Her ticket is good, the train shows up, but Ben can't get to the train station in time, and she says, meet me on Christmas Eve in 10 years. And so she goes back in time, she meets Ben in 10 years, only to find out they've been together now for a while, so he didn't really have to wait 10 years. And he proposes, and they live happily ever after, and Christopher Lloyd makes a last-minute appearance and winks at the camera, and it was delightful, and that was Next Stop Christmas.
That was one amazing recap.
That was... Yeah, okay. Well, stay tuned for the ratings. Okay, so let's move on to the ratings portion of the show. So I will start with my dislikes.
Okay, we're doing dislikes. Okay.
So there is a scene where, of course, they're decorating a Christmas tree, because that is in every Hallmark movie, and they don't have the lights turned on while they're decorating. Like, how do you know what the lights look like when you don't have them turned on?
But it's the pop. Like, after it's done,
I know,
pop,
but
there it is. They're on. Some people like that.
I didn't like it. So the sister they have a 3-year-old kid named Henrik, and they tell him he gets to hang the first ornament on the tree. And then when he goes to hang the first ornament, there's already like 6 other ornaments on the tree. So I thought that was silly.
I had that same thing.
The breakup with Tyler. So she accepts Tyler's proposal, and then there's a scene where she breaks up with him. And I get that it's Hallmark and you're not going to have like people being really angry, but it was too clean. He was like kind of
I think he kind of knew, like, at that point, right? Like, everything was like, I mean, he's on the phone all the time.
He was real jealous of Ben, and he kind of knew there might be something there, but I feel like, did she even give the ring back?
I don't know.
They didn't show her give the ring back. I hope she did. And this movie did not have any Back to the Future references. And I didn't like that. I thought they should have had one.
They had to pay for that.
Yeah, so those are my dislikes.
My dislikes, they're doing this Christmas Eve party with
Aunt Mert.
Aunt Mert.
His big old mansion with a big old party.
And she's trying to, sweeten this, get together this party for her parents. And everything's going to be very similar. But it's like, it's the day of. And she's like, hey, can you get this band? This orchestra or whatever they were.
Carolers.
These carolers that we had 35 years ago.
Well, to be fair, Aunt Mert said some of them are dead and others are collecting Medicare.
Cross them off then. And I'm like, wow. And Aunt Mert's like, I have all this stuff to do. And then she's like, oh, and can you do this as well?
Well, Aunt Mert said her staff has all this stuff.
I'm like, sure, I guess I could do that. So I thought that was...
Aunt Mert came through.
And then the mom, she fits in this dress after 35 years, which is amazing. Like, I can't fit into clothes I wore last year.
It was a flowy dress.
Like, she has not been eating the Pop-Tarts.
Hey, Leah Thompson looks amazing.
Yeah, but 35 years?
Good for her.
Like,
okay.
I'm not fitting into stuff I had when I was 6.
Well, that's a Pop-Tart problem.
It's a Pop-Tart. So, what did you like about this movie? Or I can get into likes if you want me to go.
No, I'm good. So at the beginning of the movie, Ben he works like part-time as like a Santa during the holidays, and she comes in and she sees him for the first time, and she sits on his lap and she pulls his beard down and she's like, Ben, and he pulls it back up and he's like, stop it, you're gonna make all the kids cry again. And I thought that was funny. Yeah. I think the relationship between them was really cute. They had a lot of good banter back and forth, and Ben was really quick-witted and just funny, and I really liked her. I like both of them. I liked Angie, and she was just kind of like quirky and goofy and likable, and Ben was adorable. I loved him, so good job there. The Terminator.
The Terminator from the future. Yeah. You come back to kill me?
He says, she tells Ben she's from the future. And he says, and you're here to terminate me? And that was pretty funny.
That was good.
The non-proposal. So she thinks Tyler's going to propose at this dinner.
Yes.
Because that's what he did in the past. But this time, he doesn't propose. And it's really awkward because he had originally put the ring in the champagne. And she goes to drink it, and she's like looking at it, and there's no ring in there. And I just thought.
So she downs it, which is also awesome.
Christopher Lloyd was a
delight. Oh my gosh!
Total delight. I mean, yes. I don't know what to say.
Fantastic.
He's just amazing.
Just fantastic.
The parents re-meet, I thought was really cute. When she recreated the night they met and they reconnected, and it was really cute. Wearing the dress and having the band and being at the same place. When the sisters finally hashed out their differences and had the sister talk, I thought that was adorable. And the fact that I was so irritated at the end because the time travel movies always trip us up. Like, we have not been kind to time travel movies in the past. So I was like, he's had to wait 10 years, but he didn't. At the end of the movie, when he shows up at the restaurant and they're already in a relationship, and he's proposing, and she's like recalling, the memories are like recalling in her mind. And I thought that was excellent because I was going to be really PO'd if that happened. And those were my likes for this movie.
Yeah, I think I really love that twist because it's always like they end the 10 years ago or whatever period of time, like kind of getting together, or at least there's like feelings are known. And then you think in a real world, then they would just pick up the next time the train's in town or she's in town, or she can even call him.
So like he pursued her because he knew in his mind that she loved him. So he like pursued her. And I thought that was perfect. So you're like, how old that? I'm not waiting 10 years.
So I thought that was great. I loved how she was transported from the past through the future via a portal. There was a portal, which again, you don't see that in the Hallmark movies.
Yeah.
The special effects budget is not up there. I thought Tyler, that was his name, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was cool. He asked the father and the mother for the blessing, you know, for the engagement.
Tyler was a stand-up guy. I mean, a little taken away with his job, but he wasn't.
Right.
He was a good guy.
But and I also liked how in the future she's like, that was the best Christmas, you know, like and she goes back and it wasn't. So like it was just like one of those things that like you think if something was much better than it was, and then like as she's getting into it, she saw the cracks in her parents, their marriage and her relationship with her sister and stuff. So I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah, she had the blinders taken off. Right. Yeah,
and Christopher Lloyd, amazing, just amazing.
I mean,
amazing.
He didn't I
don't know how old he is, but it was fantastic. Like, it was perfect.
And I really like Leah Thompson as the mom.
Yeah,
she was cute as a button. And, yeah, so.
What about Candy Canes?
I would like you to go first on Candy Canes. I feel strongly about this.
Okay, so Christopher Lloyd, 4 Candy Canes just in himself. Wow. And I thought this was a fantastic movie. I'm going to give it 5 Candy Canes.
Shut the front door.
5 Candy Canes.
Are you just doing this because of Christopher Lloyd?
I said he gets 4 of them.
Okay.
I thought the acting was great.
No,
I thought the title characters were fantastic. She was cute as a button.
She was cute as a button.
Where are you going? Oh, boy.
No, I really like this movie. I didn't get a ton of Christmas feels, but I got a lot of romance. I loved Ben. I loved Angie. I loved Christopher Lloyd. I love Leah Thompson. I'm going to give it 4.5 candy canes. 4.5
candy canes. On the rare, Jason has the higher rating than Heidi.
4.5. It was a great movie. It was fun. It was different. It didn't jack up the time travel thing and make me hate it. So
9.5 candy canes. Near perfect.
Yeah.
But someone, again, didn't give it the hook. So.
No hook. Just on the Christmas feels kind of thing a little
It's
bit.
because there was no Jesus. I know what would have pushed this over for you, but that's okay.
I do love Jesus.
I thought it was fantastic. All right, you want to do previews?
Well, preview. Okay, so just a really quick preview of A Christmas Treasure starring Jordan Sparks and Michael Xavier. After opening a 100-year-old time capsule and meeting a charming chef, Lou questions whether or not she should move to New York after Christmas and further her writing career.
Oh, wow.
We'll see what happens with Lou.
That sounds fantastic.
Whoever this chef is.
I love it.
Jordan Sparks, I bet they'll be singing.
It has to be.
Right?
Love it.
Well, this is her Hallmark debut, so we'll see.
Good luck.
See you next time.
Bye.
9.5. That's great.
Fantastic.